The time is 12:12, y'all. Do y'all's manifestation. Say a little prayer. I don't know, but whenever I see angel numbers, I like to call it out, and I like to take a minute to just be thankful and to manifest greatness. So y'all do that too. Well, go on, everybody. I am your Jamaican Queen, Miss Y. You are tuned into How I See It TV, and this is Why Caught Alive. And y'all, I feel like this was a good one, honestly, because some things were revealed. A conversation was had, and some things were revealed. And I decided to leave some comments over there under Destiny's YouTube video because if we don't talk about it, then let's talk about it and be for real and not just have these one-sided narratives, especially when you're having a conversation with a licensed therapist who, in my opinion, was psychoanalyzing Melody, and she doesn't know Melody from a can of paint. The only the only thing this woman knows about Melody is what Destiny has told her, and outside of that is what she is seeing on TV or what is hearing on social media. Outside of that, she doesn't know Melody, so I felt like even though she's not using um, this YouTube platform as a professional service, I still feel like it's unethical to sit and try to psychoanalyze somebody that you do not know. And especially somebody that your client has probably had conversations with you about during sessions. I'm just saying. But before we jump into Destiny's, before we jump further into Destiny's messy mental health Mondays, please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel if you feel like my content needs some more crowd. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at How I See It and on TikTok at How I See It TV. So there were several things, hi Miss Price 60. There were several things that Destiny said during her mental Mondays. And I didn't really listen to the entire live. So I might have some context missing, but there was a few parts of it that I listened to, and I felt like it was interesting enough to do a Why Caught Alive video on. So it's not a shocking confession, to be honest, Uppity, because some of the things that she said we already know. So one of the things that she said, and I was surprised that I guess why I was surprised is because I didn't feel like she would have ever said it out loud. Again, we already know this, but Destiny admitted that some of the conversations that she was having with Martel included Martel asking her to tell Melody that he wanted Melody back. Again, that's no surprise for us. We all know that he wanted Melody back and probably still wants Melody back. But to hear his good Judy sit on her YouTube and admit that that was some of the conversations that her and Martel were having when she was, in my opinion, running interference between him and Melody, that was surprising. I didn't expect her to reveal that. So that's one thing that she said. The second thing she said that was super shocking to me, and I was shocked that she said this, I'm not even gonna hold y'all. If she said that some of the things that Melody expressed in the episode are things that Destiny felt like she was hearing for the first time. She didn't know that Melody had those thoughts and had those feelings. And she said, honestly, and this is what she said. She said that what she was about to say in that moment, Martell was going to be mad at her for saying it. But she said that had Melody asked her to pick a side, she would have, without a shadow of a doubt, chosen Melody's side. She would have let Martell go, child. She would have said, yo, I can't be your friend. I'm T Melody. And that's me just paraphrasing. But this is what Destiny said during her mental health Mondays. And she said it. She said, I'm about to say something, and I'm sure Martell is going to be mad at me, but it's the truth. If Melody had told me that I needed to pick a side, I would have picked her side. But then she lost me when she said, but thank God I didn't go that route because, that wasn't the plan that he had for her. So when she said that, I left a comment saying, so you're saying that the side that you're supposed to be on is on the side of a man who has, in my opinion, emotionally abused his ex wife during the marriage, during the separation, and during the divorce. You're saying that the side that you were supposed to be on is the side of a man has admitted, who has admitted that he did threaten the release of private, intimate images. You're saying that the side that you were supposed to be on is the side of a man whose children are telling their counselors that he is somewhat abusive towards them. And mind you, these are some of the same claims that Destiny has against Leberick in her court filings. So you're saying that that's the side that you were supposed to be on. Interesting. Interesting. I don't understand why Destiny needed Melody to say, I need you to be on my side. Because I feel like, though Melody felt like, yes, Destiny and Martell, they were, they had a friendship, Melody felt probably that her and Destiny were closer. Destiny wasn't talking to Martell every day on the phone. Destiny wasn't, you know, having conversations about how hard her divorce was. She admitted that her and Melody would be on the road all the time, running errands together. She wasn't doing that with Martell. Martell wasn't giving Destiny money. He wasn't helping her with bills. So I would think that if I was Melody, I would think that, yeah, even though she has conversations here and there with Martell, the assumption is this is my girl, this is my friend. And as things continue to unfold in this divorce debacle between me and Martell, my friend is going to understand that the side that she needs to be on is mine. So for Destiny to say that she needed Melody to have expressed that is crazy to me. That's crazy to me. Another thing that she said, and y'all, I'm gonna look at your comments in a second. Another thing that she said in the Messy Mental Health Monday is that she didn't feel like posting the Eminem children was a problem because, well, somebody in the chat, because y'all know Destiny can't talk about Leberick, but somebody in the chat said, um, Leberick posted Tank and Law in a picture together. The messy licensed therapist slash um, life coach read that comment. I'm like, lady, you know that this girl cannot be speaking on this man on any platform. Why are you reading out his name? But, anyways, so she read the comment, and obviously, Destiny skipped over it. But then Destiny said, I've seen the Eminem kids all over social media, so I didn't think that it would be a problem. And to that, I said, Leberic posting Tank and Law in a picture is way different from you posting those Eminem kids in a whole video with the former mistress who not only disrespected Melody, but also disrespected those very children. Let's not forget, Ariane used to do countless amounts of lives on Instagram where she would speak horribly about those children. And let's not forget all those conversations with Nay, where she was also speaking negatively about those children. So the difference is Leberick posted a picture of his son with Tank, and that was it. I don't even recall Melody even reposting that picture. I don't remember. But either way, it's not the same. And also, the pictures and videos that we see all over social media of the Eminem kids are posted by immediate family members, their Uncle Marcus and their Grandma Miss Van, not family friends, not strangers, but their grandmother and their uncle. That's it. So to want to act Destiny like you are either of those things, you're not a cousin, you're not an auntie, you're not a great auntie, you are their dad's friend and their mom's former friend. It's not the same. And let's be clear, we have never seen Martel or any of his family members or relatives post those children in any video or picture that has coleslaw in it. And I'm sure she's been around them. I'm sure they have videos of the children and her in the same space. But the boundaries would dictate that even if they're going to post something with those children, they're not going to post Ariane as well. And so, Destiny, that is where you cross the line. To try to say that the issue is that you posted the children is you being dishonest. That was you being 100% dishonest. That wasn't the issue. I don't think Melody would have cared one way or the other if you had just posted that video and it was just the Eminem kids and Martell in it. I don't think she would have cared. But it's that you went out of your way to make sure that you panned the camera towards Ariane. Ariane wasn't sitting directly next to Martell. Listen, you had to go all around the table. And after Martell, it took a few seconds before we saw Ariane in the shot, which means that you knew good and darn well that she was in the video too, and you still posted it. But you're sitting on this platform with your therapist acting like, I don't know what the big deal is. I don't know what the big deal is. I've seen several pictures of the Eminem kids on social media. You ain't seen not one picture of the Eminem kids with Ariane in it. You haven't seen one video of the Eminem kids with with coleslaw in it. Your video is the only video now that exists forever online with those kids and coleslaw in the same video together. And to me, that was a dig towards their mom, in my opinion. You say it's not destiny, but that's what I feel. Because for as long as you and Melody were friends, you never posted those kids to your social media. Ever. But all of a sudden, a few weeks before you started filming for the new season of Love and Marriage Huntsville, you wanted the world to know that you were out with Martell and his baby mama, and the Eminem kids were there too. That's the optics. So since you want to sit in a scene and say your perception is that Melody talking to Coleslaw means that she was teaching Coleslaw how to respectfully cheat, then the perception that we now have is that when you posted that video, you were being messy and you wanted to get a rise out of Melody. You were being petty. Can that be the perception then? Since optics beats the facts? And then for and then for the licensed therapist to say that it seems as if when people don't bow down to melody, and I'm paraphrasing, it seems as if when people don't bow down to melody, she cuts them off. I was like, lady, here you go crossing a professional boundary now, because you don't know this woman. You don't know the nuances of the friendships outside of what destiny has shared with you. And to make it seem as if fans of the show, fans of the show are talking about destiny and her life and things that are happening in her life simply because they are fans of Melody, that makes no sense. Destiny is a public figure on a reality TV show, similar to a Nene Leakes, a Kenya Moore, a Candace Dillard, a Portia Williams, all of whom we talk about. People been dragging Candace for filth for several seasons. People have been dragging Kenya for filth for several seasons. People sat on their YouTube and read Portia's and Simon's court documents. People talked about Kenya Moore's divorce from Mark, talked about how she shouldn't have married him, talked about how Mark was Kenya's karma. My point is, destiny isn't exempt. Yes, there are content creators who lean more towards Melody's side. And so when they talk about destiny, I'm sure from Destiny's perspective, it seems like, oh my God, they're only coming at me because they like Melody more instead of content creators are doing what content creators do, and that is pro- provide commentary. And unfortunately for you, Destiny, you are entertainment. People have read Martell's and Melody's court documents on the internet. Again, Destiny, you're not exempt. And some of these people who read Melody's and Martell's court documents are very much fans of Melody. And then you have the other side who are not fans of Melody, who've read the parts of those court proceedings that, in my opinion, Martell gave them. The part that made him seem like he was the good guy. Until the fans got the entire document, the fans of Melody got the entire document and read it in full. So Destiny isn't exempt. So to make it seem like people are only providing commentary on Destiny because of the support that they have for Mel, that is BS, Miss Dion. And you should know better. You should know better. Now, I don't know what Destiny said about the Melody calling Ariane conversation, because I skipped through a lot of it, honestly. Those were like the four parts that got my attention, and those were the four parts that made me leave a comment. I may go back and watch it because, for accurate context purposes. But as I said, it was very interesting to hear her say that Martel was having conversations with her, telling her that he wants Melody back. It was very interesting to hear her say that if Melody had vocalized that she needed Destiny to choose a side, Destiny would have chosen Melody's side, no questions asked. And what's interesting though is that Melody did vocalize her feelings as it relates to Tisha Scott. Remember season four? No, I think it was season three, after the reunion. Melody and Destiny met up off camera, where Melody told Destiny that she wasn't feeling Tisha. And at that point in time, she felt like Tisha was more of a frenemy than a friend. And what did Destiny do, y'all? She took that off camera conversation and she sat in a scene in a studio with Tisha and told Tisha that that was something that Melody said about her. Now, I don't know about anybody else, but if I felt like somebody was my friend and in trying to work through whatever miscommunications we had, I expressed to them that this is how I'm feeling about somebody that you're cool with right now. And if Destiny is saying if Melody had vocalized that she needed her to choose sides, she would have, then why didn't you choose her side when she told you that she wasn't feeling Tisha? You and Tisha hadn't even started to build that close of a friendship yet, where you couldn't have stepped back, Destiny. So what happened there? And why did you take that private conversation that happened off camera before the season even began filming? Why did you take that off camera conversation and then brought it to the show? Make that make sense. Because y'all like to paint Melody as the villain, but somehow never recall what y'all have done to her. Make it make sense. And if the friendship with Melody was that important to you, instead of going to that reunion and saying, I don't know where my friendship with Melody stands because we haven't talked, why didn't you say to Carlos, why didn't you say to Carlos, Destiny, that even though Melody and I haven't talked, she's still my girl and we're having a miscommunication moment right now, but we're gonna work through that because that's what friends do. That could have been your answer. You could have said, me and Melody are good. There's just some things that we need to work through. How about that? That could have been an answer. But you sat on that reunion stage, you saw Tisha come at her, and then you wanted to act like you had no clue that her and Tisha weren't cool anymore. That time she had that conversation about how she was feeling about Letitia. And I guess Dion didn't watch the part of Saturday's episode where Melody said that everybody is trying to dethrone her instead of pulling up there to sit next to her. In other words, she is the queen in her own kingdom. She is the HBS in her kingdom. And everybody wants a piece of her kingdom instead of saying, let me build my own. Melody said she wanted queens to sit next to her, not above her, not beneath her, but beside her. But somehow Dion felt like that conversation meant that Melody needed people to bow down to her. I don't know how much clearer Melody needs to be in scenes for people to actually understand what she's saying. Because that's exactly what she said. She said, that's why I brought them all along with me because I wanted queens to be next to me. But somehow all of that is erased, and Dion's opinion of Melody is that if people don't bow down to her, she cuts them off. How about when people don't respect her boundaries, she walks away from the friendships? How about when she sees how people move when they are not in her presence, or when she learns about how people are moving when they're not in her presence, she makes a conscious decision to back away from them. How about that? How about that? Now let me read y'all's comments since I'm done with my rant. Oh my God. Hi, Sunshine Rays. I'm glad that you are here too. Miss Price 60 says she is trying to do damage control too late. He will probably deny it if asked. Well, Melody has been telling us for how long now that he's been begging, begging her to take him back. I don't know how he's gonna sit and deny when his good Judy, Destiny, is sitting on YouTube saying that he was telling her to tell Melody to take him back. I would love to see how he's going to deny it. Listen, Nicole B, she was choking up. I almost felt sorry for her. But even in the scene on Saturday night, when she told Melody that, oh, some of the things that you're saying right now, it's the first time I'm hearing it, she was choking up then too. She almost wanted to cry in that scene. She absolutely misses her friendship with Melody because she knows, she knows without a shadow of a doubt that Melody was more than good to her. And I know that she regrets not understanding Melody's perspective. It was quite rich too for Destiny to say, Melody kept leaving Martel and taking him back, and leaving Martel and taking him back. But Destiny is the same one who shared with us that her and LeBeric were in an off again, on again type of situation. She said that man served her with divorce papers in the driveway 3 weeks after she had her baby. And she walked into that house and pretended like it didn't happen. And then they tried to work on the marriage again. And, obviously it didn't work out. So, Destiny, you know a thing or two about either leaving somebody and taking them back or somebody leaving you and taking you back. You understand that sometimes things are not just so cut and dry, baby. You understand that when it comes to a marriage and when you have children, it's not just so easy to say, I am 100% done. And then let's go over the timeline once again for all the people who are new to Love and Marriage Huntsville. Because I've seen so many new people out here talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville, talking about Melody only left Martell because Ariane had a baby. Whole time Melody didn't even know that the girl was pregnant when she walked away from that marriage, was in her own apartment, and was filing for a divorce. She didn't know. So let's work on the timeline again for all the people who like to say Melody kept taking him back. She found out that the man was cheating on her in 2017 and she left for 6 to 9 months. She left. He begged her, made promises. They had 2 children at that time, businesses, a beautiful home. She probably weighed all the pros and cons and she chose to believe that this was the first time he was cheating on her and that he was definitely going to change and that he wasn't going to do it again. And she decided to go back to her marriage. This was pre Love and Marriage Huntsville. 2018, few weeks before the show started to film its first season, Ariane called Martel. And that triggered something in Melody that made her feel like, oh, so I thought you said that was done. But he convinced her that the girl just called out of nowhere. The show aired in 2019. In 2019 is when the show aired. And that entire season was Melody contemplating divorce and getting to a point at the end of season 1 where she was about to leave. But by the time the reunion rolled around in 2019, she was pregnant with their third child, and they decided to give it another go. So, how many times did she leave him, guys? One. One time. The show started airing in 2019, and in 2020, she left and filed for divorce. So, what are all these people talking about when it comes to this timeline? Talking about, oh, it was 5 years and she knew he was cheating for 5 years. Shut up. Y'all have no clue what y'all are talking about. How many times is this lady going to tell this story? And who are y'all to tell her what the timeline of the infidelity in her marriage was? I'm done ranting. Let me go back to reading y'all's comment. Destiny is hurt because Mel refused to be her friend. Mel is better off without Destiny and Hotel in her life. They are users. And you're right, in my opinion. I mean, look at how Destiny is using Melody's DJ. And sure, he is a DJ that can be hired by anybody. But the fact is, Destiny knew that that guy was Melody's. There are several disc jocks in Huntsville that she could have used, but she chose to use the one that was attached to Melody. There are several mechanics across these United States of America that Destiny could have called to do business with, but she chose the one that is attached to Melody and has been attached to Melody since season 1 of Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's the issue. Melody has always been the source. And every time she walks away from a friendship, these people get mad because she cuts off their supply. But that's for another video. I don't think she really cared for Mel. Because if she really cared for Mel, there's no way that she would have felt like the friend that she should have aligned herself with is Martel. And there's no way that she would feel like a friendship that was in its beginning stages with Letitia was the friendship she should have prioritized over trying to figure out what the real issue was between her and Melody. And that's my opinion. Exactly, Nicole B. That was just Tank and Law in a picture together. Nobody else. So to try to compare that to that whole video that Destiny posted, I don't know what Destiny was saying. Hi, Pamela. How are you? Miss Price 60 says, how you don't think it's a problem posting Mel's kids with a side piece and fanned to include the mistress. It was a complete get back, and that's how I feel too. And it's okay. If that's what it was, just admit it. Just say, you know what? I'm still in my feelings. I still feel hurt because Melody stepped away from our friendship. And I felt like that would have been a get back. And that was not okay. It wasn't okay. Instead of using Melody, bringing that up to deflect, to say, in my opinion, it was like Destiny was saying, it's okay for me to post your children in a video with coleslaw because 3 years ago, 4 years ago, you were on a phone call with the girl. Like that does not even make sense. But those of us who have sense, we knew in that moment that that was pure deflection. That was pure deflection. I don't think they're gonna go to jail because I mean they let Martell go with just a slap on the wrist. They let him go just a slap on the wrist, basically. 2 years probation, a no contact order, and that was about it. And maybe a fine. And now he's out here trying to appeal the decision. Let's see how that goes. Sunshine Ray says, I call bullshit on that, Dusty. She posted them as her hotel's wishes and to hurt Mel. Mel never posted her son, LB did. And that's what I thought too. I never saw Melody even repost that picture of Tank and Law. Now I could be wrong. But even so, even if Melody reposted, but no, Melody didn't repost the picture of Tank and Law because it would have clearly gone against the court ruling if she had reposted it. So there's that. There's that. But the issue is that LeBerick posting the picture, it was just a picture of the children. Now let's be clear. If Melody had gone to a birthday party and some woman was there around Law who had disrespected Destiny in the past, had spoken negatively about Law in the past, and Melody had posted a video of that woman and Law in a video, everybody who is a Mellow hater would be dragging Melody right now. Destiny would be on her YouTube being a whole victim, talking about how that was wrong and that Melody knows that that woman has been disrespectful to me for years. She knows that woman has said some negative things about my son. That's what Destiny would have been saying. So I don't understand why they can't put themselves in Melody's shoes for 1 second and just say, you know what? I might not see it for Melody, but Destiny should not have reposted that video. That's it. That's it. Otel don't even post that girl, but Destiny did it on purpose. Exactly. Isn't that ironic? Martel don't even post that girl, but here comes Destiny on her little get back. In my opinion, she has no boundaries, and I kept seeing somebody in her chat comment boundaries every second, and I wanted to know if they were saying that to her as in she needs to understand boundaries, or if they were saying it about Melody. Because if it's one person that understands boundaries, child, it's Melody. Hey, Glam Rocks, are you feeling better? Dusty is out of control. She went to that tennis game to mess with Miss Van, and that is not right. Mel should. And I don't think it's that easy to take out a restraining order, honestly. But when it comes to that tennis, well, not easy to take out a restraining order when it comes to things like this. But when it comes to the situation with Miss Van, And this is why I feel like the person in her chat was being funny when they kept saying boundaries, 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 because that was clear, a clear instance of Destiny disrespecting someone's boundaries. Cardi B said it best. If I see you and I don't speak, that means I don't F with you. Period. So you're at these kids' tennis match and you're there to support them. You're there to support their father. I don't know why you're there. Okay. Okay, fine. You've been around the kids all the time. They call you Miss Destiny or Auntie Destiny. I don't know. They probably like you. I don't know. So you go and you support your baby girl at her tennis match. Fine. But you see Miss Van, after you have disrespected her, talking about, she should worry about pimping out her daughter when you know good and darn well that that don't even make sense and that there's no truth to that. And you, to this day, you have not apologized according to Miss Vanessa. You have not apologized to her. Then why do you feel like you should be in a public space trying to act like you and this lady are friends? Hey, Miss Fan, you don't like this woman. You don't respect this woman. Why are you pretending? It's almost like you wanted to put her on the spot where because she is in a public place, you thought that she would what? Care enough about a perception to fake it and say hello to you? Nah, you want to be fake. She does not. One second, y'all. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. So that's what I think that moment was. That was Destiny being fake. She knows good and well that she has disrespected Miss Van. She has not apologized for that disrespectful moment, and she was being fake for public perception, and Miss Van was not going to be a part of it. Now, me, the way my pride is set up, if I say hello to somebody one time and I know that they heard me, and I know that they heard me and they did not respond, I'm not going to say it again. I'm going to leave them alone. Obviously, they don't want to talk to me. Time and place for everything, right? Time and place for everything. And there was one more thing that Destiny said during her YouTube live. She said that the conversation that Melody keeps referring to, where I guess her and Melody were on the phone and Martel called and she said, um, girl, this Martel, she said that when she told Melody that it was Martel on the other line, Melody told her to go ahead and answer the call and then let her know what Martel had to say. Now, I don't know if I believe that. I wasn't there, but I'm going to still say I don't know if I believe that. Because I don't think that if that was Melody's reaction, that she would still have these thoughts and feelings about that moment. Now, there are instances where people remember things differently. There are times when something makes you feel a way, but in the moment you're like, okay, girl, go answer the call, I guess. And it could have been a situation like that, and now Destiny's running with it. Like, yeah, she told me to answer the call. She wanted to know what he was saying. Like, I don't think that that was the case. And I think it probably was a situation too, where in the moment Melody didn't think anything of it. But as she sat with it, like she said in the episode on Saturday, as she sat with it and she continued to think about it, And the moment kept replaying in her brain. She was like, now wait a dang minute. How is it that you're my friend? And I'm thinking we're cool like that. And we're here and we're exchanging stories about these ninjas that we're going through a divorce with. And my ex is calling you and you're hopping off the call with me to go talk to him? What? Like, I feel like that's what that was. But here goes Destiny, always having to misrepresent the truth, or always sprinkling in a little bit of truth with a whole bunch of lies. And that's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. What else are y'all saying? Right, right. How do I pronounce this? Amethyst, Renee. It was common sense. It was common sense to choose melody. Ooh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Ooh, too loud. Why are you giving me a load to carry? Oh God. Ah, I'll be back in a second. I think it was common sense too. Martha wasn't doing anything for Destiny in those moments. He wasn't. Yes, they were still. They were communicating. Whatever. They had few conversations here and there. But it seems to me that the person she was hanging out with the most at that point in time was Melody. The person she was talking to more at that time was Melody. So yeah, it was common sense that if that's the case, and you're hanging out with Melody more than Martell, you're hanging out with Melody more than Martell, and you are talking to Melody more than Martell, then at the end of the day, when Ish starts to hit the fan, the person that you should be choosing, obviously, is Melody. Kesha Ewing says Dusty is Delulu. She wouldn't want nobody to do her son like that. Period. And you put a red exclamation sign. So let's end it with exclamation sign. Destiny's being an actress throughout all of this. Woe is me. And funnily enough, funny enough, her therapist said that, maybe Destiny and Melody needs to have another conversation because I think Dion, after Dion heard everything that Destiny said, I think Dion got to a point where she kind of realized that, okay, now I'm seeing Melody's perspective more. That's how I felt when she said, it seems like, because what Destiny said at one point in time during the live is if Melody had expressed certain feelings, they would still have a friendship right now. And when she said that, Dion was like, then I think y'all need to have another conversation. Oh my God. In my opinion, I feel like Dion realized Melody's not the problem. But I gotta keep acting like Melody is the problem so I can continue coming on YouTube to fake like I'm a celebrity or I'm a celebrity therapist. That's what it's given. Dusty is looking for sympathy. She gets none from me. They all have been bullying Mel for years. Where was the tears then? Child, she was tearing up. I promise you. If y'all want to go give her the view, you can see for yourselves. But I was like, let me come and do my little review. So if y'all don't want to go over there, y'all don't have to. But I was over there and I left like three comments because it wasn't adding up and I wanted to leave a comment to see if, because sometimes the owners of YouTube channels, they will go through comments and they'll respond. So let's see, will she respond? Yes, Reen Bass, she absolutely did, and I talked about that. She wants to be attached to Melody. She can't be Melody's friend directly, but she wants to be attached to the people who are already attached to Melody. Now, I don't know if they don't like her now because Melody said when she was at La Beric's spot, the same moment that Destiny kind of brought up to make it seem like it was more than what it was. The kids asked if they could go talk to her, and she was like, "Sure, go talk to her." Nah, I'm not gonna talk to her, but I don't care if y'all do. So I don't know if that's the case now. Maybe in the past, Mel is asking for anyone who knows. Oh, ooh, I know her first name is Dion and she has her practicing. I know her first name, but as much as like Mel, I'm not even going to. I'll wait to see what that's about. Let me go see. Let me go see where did she post that? I think Melody heard the psychoanalysis that that lady did on last night. Ooh, because I said I've been saying even in Glamrox's chat this morning, I said I didn't like the fact that this licensed therapist was psychoanalyzing Mel, someone that she does not know personally, and especially because it is Melody is someone that Destiny must have obviously talked about in sessions. So because of that, I feel like it crossed some professional boundaries to even want to psychoanalyze Melody's character when you don't know her like that. But if y'all want to know Dion's full name, I already did two videos talking about her, so y'all gonna have to scroll to find those videos. It doesn't matter when Mel left Martell. Mel left and divorced Martell and hasn't looked back. And for exactly what happened was Destiny thought Martell had the money and was the brains behind it. Well, she was as dumb as coleslaw if she believed that. And she's been around Melody long enough to know that obviously Melody is the brains, right? Chat words do matter. You gotta tell me, did Melody post this? Ooh, child, a mess. I don't see what the problem. Melody doesn't have to be friends with Destiny. Mel is nobody's child. But you see, the thing is too. Melody and Destiny in season 4, before Destiny left the show, they had a conversation. They had a conversation where Destiny pulled up on Melody. I think Melody was doing like a shoot or something, and sorry, I'm trying to get a spot. Okay, I should probably drink water, but I want to start. Melody was doing a shoot or something, and Destiny pulled up after Stormy's little dinner party or whatever, and they hashed it out. Not you see me, you out. All right, don't go using my L. I never used them. I'm so shocked that she was telling that I want to say her name on the line. That our coworker is telling us that she used it and her hair is falling out. I'm like, girl, you better go and sign up for that lawsuit. And they expensive. I didn't know that I would ever meet somebody in real life who said, "Yeah, I've been using it and my hair's falling out." Like, all right, safe travels. It is crazy. Sorry, y'all. Saying bye to my coworker. But yes, sidebar. One of my coworkers, we were talking today about the whole Mael lawsuit, and she was sharing with us that She has been using the products and her hair has been falling out. And I asked her, like, when was the last time you used it? And she was like, 4 months ago. She still has the products. She still, you know, and I'm like, girl, I'm here just talking about the lawsuit, just, in general. I'm not expecting to hear one of my coworkers say that they're experiencing hair loss. She's like showing us her hair, and she's like the other day, like clumps of her hair was coming out. I was like, Jesus, Jesus. Anyways, that was a sidebar. Um, and I heard Carlos last night on his podcast with like, no, check. A call was coming in. Carlos was like, Destiny was Martel's friend's friend first. And I'm like, y'all need to stop saying that. Destiny, out of her own mouth, shared that her and Martel were not friends like that. So I don't care what anybody says. If she said it out of her mouth that she left Huntsville when she was 15 years old, 15 years old, she left Huntsville. Now, unless she was going back to Huntsville every summer, every Christmas, and her and Martel were hanging out and they had each other's number right up until the point where she met LeBerick, then they were not friends. They were not friends. So I need that to stop. I feel like what happened was when Destiny met LeBerick and LeBerick started bringing Destiny around, she was like, "Oh my God, Martel! I know, I remember you from back in the day. You went to school with so and so. I went to school with so and so." And that's all that was. I don't think it was ever an issue of they were these kids back in the day, teenagers, and they were like hangout friends. I don't think that was the case. But anyways, both Dusty and Slaw thought he was the money man, but they got a rude awakening. Mel was the bad. They all look like fools now. True. I can't wait for that interview that Belinda is going to do with a certain ooh child sunshine rays. When was this said? I don't follow Belinda, so I don't know what she got going on with a certain content creator. I hope she put Dusty and Hotel on blast. But you know what's funny? Even Heavenly said when she first met Destiny, she met Destiny and Martel together. And when she first met them, she thought that they were effing. That's what Heavenly said. She met them in person and she thought the energy between them, it felt like they were smashing. Now, we've never seen these people in person. All we have seen is these people on TV. We see how they interact, and we're of the same opinion that Dr. Heavenly had after meeting them in person one time. But then they want to blame the millimeters for having certain opinions. I don't hear anybody dragging Dr. Heavenly for saying that. Oh, and tell us whose channel, Sunshine. J OM Hayden is asking what channel. Hi, kicking it with Courtney. What time are you going live? Or maybe you're live right now. I don't know. The content creator with the initial double K. Who is that? I don't want to mention. Okay, that's fine. Like I don't mind CC's names being, mentioned in my channel as long as it's not about, disrespect or anything. Like if you're bigging somebody up, you know, there are a couple CCs, definitely don't mention them, like SW, um, AL, what's the other one's name? Marcella. One, well, yeah, you can mention one, but I don't care. But like them, yeah, don't mention them. I don't see it for them. And I will openly say that over and over and over and over again. But if this WK person is like, is on, the side of right, then absolutely go ahead and mention who it is. Because I want to know, child, because I'm going to be over there. But anyways, it's setting up something. The person, oh, who knew? Oh, I love me some who knew. You can always mention her over here. It's setting up something with Belinda. I believe she is trying to finalize it. Ooh, okay. Well, child, I'm gonna be over there refreshing Unu's feed, so I know when that interview drops, if and when it does. Mel said that she stopped talking to LB when Destiny told her version of what happened with LB. Once Destiny was lying to her, then Mel went to hear LB's side and find out the truth. Well, I don't know if that's true, Doreen. But what we do know is that the relationship that Melody now has with LB is purely business. It's purely, I want to order some food. Do you got some ribs? You do? Okay. Prepare me some. I'm going to send somebody to come get it. Bye. That's it. They're not hanging out. They're not going to parties together. Maybe if they see each other in the public, they'll be like, hey, hey, and then they move about their business. But obviously, the relationship that Destiny has with Martell is way, 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 way different and way, 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 way closer than whatever, you know, cordial. I don't even know if I could call it a relationship. It just seems like Melody and LeBeric, they are just like acquaintances at this point in time. And it's more so because LeBeric owns a business that Melody frequents. I feel like honestly, if LeBeric did not own that business, him and Melody would probably never ever speak at all. Unlike Destiny, who just feels like her and Martell are just the best of friends that she needs to continue to be all upon him. Okay, you're at work. Okay, girl. You can tell us when you're going live because I'll be over there in the bushes, but I'll be over there. The okay, so you told us that it was evening. Okay. Nicole B, we keep on coming to the same place with Destiny. She being in Melon Martell's business. We want to know about her. And I said the other day, y'all, on Twitter, because I told y'all, I promised myself I wasn't going back over to Twitter because the comments over there, people like to say, oh, everybody is a millimeter. But child, when you go over there to Twitter, those those posts are not T Melody at all. Okay? And the post over there on Twitter will have you windmilling. Okay? Windmilling for Mel. So I've tried not to go over there on Twitter. But I said on Twitter last night that as dark of a soul that they say Melody has, as dark a soul as they say Melody has, and as many times as they want to throw Martell's cheating in Melody's face, yeah, as many times as they want to throw Martell's cheating in Melody's face, Melody has never said, stop talking about me and go talk about why your husband, 3 weeks after you gave birth, was serving you with divorce papers in your driveway. Because, see, a girl like me, if I tap into my Libra dark energy and you keep coming for me, coming for me, coming for me, coming for me, and I'm not standing for you, that's exactly what I would say. That's exactly what I would say to Destiny. I'd be like, girl, you so worried about my marriage that ended. You keep talking about my ex-husband, and you keep talking about what we got going on. Tell us why LeBeric wanted to leave you. at the most vulnerable time in your life. Child, I would have said, yeah, Martell was cheating on me, but we have 4 kids and he didn't leave me. He didn't serve me with divorce papers after I gave birth. I left him. That's what I would have said to Destiny. Because Destiny herself admitted yesterday that Martell was begging her to beg Melody on his behalf to take him back. So Destiny knows good and well that Martell would have never left Melody if Melody didn't file for divorce. Destiny, you can say the same thing about your situation. But if Melody was really a dark soul, if Melody was really an evil person, she would have clapped Destiny with that. She would have said, go talk about that, girl. You want to call me a liar? Girl, you're out here being arrested for fraud. It don't get no more dishonest than that. Being arrested for fraud. But Melody's a kind person. And because she's a kind person, she's never gonna go solo with Destiny. But I kinda want her to. Because truth be told, if Melody pulls the Liberic card in every argument with Destiny, Destiny is going to lose because she can't even respond. She can't talk about Liberic. If Melody puts some information out there right now about Liberic's and Destiny's divorce, Destiny can't even provide a rebuttal because she can't talk about Liberic. So if Melody was really a dark soul, that's what she would be doing to Destiny right now. But she's leaving it alone. She's not even touching that. And they're still dragging Melody. You cannot win for losing, child. Hmm. Jay Harper says, Leberick be all at mimosas with Mel, taking photos with Mel, and then Mel got the nerve. Um, Leberick has never been to a mimosas with Melody. I've been to the last 2 mimosas with Melody, and Leberick was not there. So you are being dishonest in my comments right now. You're being dishonest in my comments right now. Why would you even say that? Why would you even say that? That's like a weird lie to tell. Talking about he was in pictures. He wasn't even there. I was at Mimosas with Melody in Atlanta. Leberick was not there. And I was at Mimosas with Melody in Huntsville, and Leberick was not there. Why come into this chat? Why come into this chat and tell such a blatant lie? See, this is what I'm talking about when it comes to the mellow haters. This is what I talk about when it comes to the mellow haters. Y'all just talk out of the side of your necks with no facts to back it up. Y'all talk out the side of your necks with no facts to back it up ever. Everything I'm saying here in this chat, I can back up with facts because what I'm providing commentary on are things that Destiny just revealed in her live last night. So you are weird to come into this chat to lie that Leberick was at Mimosas with Melody taking pictures with Melody. That is a blatant lie. He was never in attendance. Okay. Blocked. Ugh. Ban. Ban user. Oh my God. That was so weird. That was so weird. I blocked him, y'all. Or her. Because that was so weird. How you gonna come over here and say that this man was at mimosas with Melody and he was not there? And you picked the worst chat to come into to say that because I was actually there. I was I should have left him in the chat so that y'all could handle him because that was so crazy. He said Destiny knows. Oh, why is this chat still there? But let me read it. Destiny knows more than she's saying about Mel. And Mel better be thankful Destiny sparing her embarrassment. What embarrassment? I think Destiny already used the only card that she had to play, and that was Melody was on the phone with Coleslaw. And that wasn't even a card because Melody already told us this. She already told us this. So that wasn't even the read that y'all thought it was. And as much as I don't see it for Heavenly, even Heavenly basically called Destiny dumb for saying that Melody was trying to teach Ariane how to cheat. Even Heavenly had to clock that as some stupid shit. What other info do y'all really think Destiny has on Melody like that? What, she was dating somebody? Melody done told us she was dating somebody, he was a brokey, and she had to let him go because she wasn't trying to take care of no man. She already told us that. So what else is Destiny going to come out here and say? She already came with the credit card tea, and then we found out with Melody's receipts that she was actually paying down Destiny's credit card, and that the only reason why she had to use Destiny's credit card was because the car company that she would rent from wasn't allowing her to rent cars anymore because she would keep the cars for longer than she was supposed to. That's all that was. So, really and truly, what other tea do y'all really feel like Destiny has? I feel like the person who should be the most worried about people spilling her tea right now is Destiny because there's so much about her that people aren't saying. Sunny done blew up her spot on Sunday, sharing the actual full messages between Destiny and Moses. Destiny has already been proven a liar. First, she told the Dear Future Wifey podcast that Sunny and Moses got together 5 months after they broke up. Then she went in the scene and she admitted, the scene with Moses, she admitted that Moses did text her in April to tell her that he was done with the relationship. And then she went on to say in August, she texted him and told him that she was done too and she was going to choose herself, which makes sense that those text messages between September and October were so dry. She would text that man on Monday and he wouldn't respond until the following Monday with a hello. In October, she was sending school pictures of her son, and that man would respond with, okay. There are people in Moses' life who is ready to spill Destiny's tea. So if anybody has anything to worry about when it comes to people embarrassing them, I honestly think that it's Destiny in this situation. I think the only thing that people ever had that they could have put over Melody's head to embarrass her was the whole Martell was cheating. And that's a story that's been played out so many times. Nobody cares at this moment. So, sir, wrong chat to have entered to come to tell a lie that Laberic was at Mimosas with Melody taking pictures. Nicole B says to Jay Harper, who's probably gone because they can't comment anymore. I think Destiny has far more secrets than Mel. Remember, the show is popular because Melody told the truth about her life. We still don't know what happened in her marriage. That part. If Destiny had anything to embarrass Mel about, she would have used it a long time ago. That part. Pamela said someone claiming to be a police aide showed up in Ooh, ooh, claiming Mel doxed someone. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think they're talking about the whole phone thing where somebody called Tank's phone and Melody gave part of the number. That's not doxing somebody. I think that's probably what they're talking about. Catherine, I'm glad that you saw that because I was like, what is this person talking about? And this is how people lie too. Right, Catherine? He came in here talking about LeBeric is at mimosas with Melody, taking pictures with Melody. And I'm like, what? I was there. LeBeric was not present. This is how these folks lie on this lady. It is crazy. And I'm glad that that is documented right now how much these Mellow haters lie on Melody for no reason. Mel knows a lot about Dusty and is probably respecting LB's wishes by not putting it out there. The only thing Dusty knows about Mel is what exactly and what Coleslaw told her to. I don't think she has anything more on Mel. All she had was the credit card thing, and okay, Melody used to be on the phone with Coleslaw. Whatever. Nobody cares. Destiny, let's spill your tea. Because before LeBeric put a gag order on you, you should have been out here spilling your own tea. But now you're restricted, and now everybody else can spill your tea for you. Because the truth is, if a content creator goes and talks to LeBeric off the record and comes back to their channel and spills tea without using anybody's name and puts allegedly behind everything that they have to say, then what? All your business is out there, and you can't even defend yourself because you can't speak on LeBeric's name anymore in public. I don't think Destiny has even thought about that. And then again, there are the court documents that many content creators have been reading too that tells a lot of the story. But y'all, that's it for my time. I got to go. Please remember to like this video, share the link to my channel. If you feel like my content needs some more crowd, subscribe if you haven't done so yet. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter now called X at How I See It and on TikTok at How I See It TV. Thank you for everybody that was in the yard making it super entertaining. I can't say all the names because the yard was very active today, but I know I'm gonna see majority of you in some of the other content creators chats that we frequent. Um, Kicking it with Courtney. I don't know if you're going live later, but I'm sure I'll see some of you over there. I know that Venus is going live at around 4, so I'll see y'all over there. And I don't remember who else is going live later, but yeah, I'll see you in some of these YouTube streets. All right. So have a great rest of y'all's afternoon. And as I always say, walk good. Bye.